Hello everyone, today's video isn't about books or writing. This is actually my tonsillectomy story. I wanted to do a overview and tips how to deal with getting your tonsils removed because I have had problems with my tonsils since I was a kid. I was trying to look up stories and tips for tonsillectomy and how to get through that after the surgery, and I did not find a lot of things, so that freaked me out a little bit. It's been almost 6 weeks since I had my tonsillectomy. My insurance paid all of it, so I definitely jumped on that at the ripe old age of 25. Now, to get your tonsils removed, you have to have at least 5 tonsillitis episodes, or you have to have strep. I think it was 4 or 5 times. I haven't had strep for a very long time, but I had tonsillitis. In 2016, I had it 6 times. In 2017, I had it 7 times. And in 2018, I had it 6 times. And then I had my surgery on October. So I had tonsillitis for most of 2018. So of course they said, yeah, you need them out. It was an outpatient surgery, so I didn't go to the hospital. I did not take any medication other than 2, which was Claritin and Tylenol. I refused to take anything else. You could have taken some other stuff. They give you a list in a packet of what you can and can't take. I decided I did not want a hemorrhage, which is one of the rare symptoms. So I just took Claritin and Tylenol because I was terrified of hemorrhaging and having to go to the emergency room for them to cauterize one or both areas where my tonsils would have been. They ask you a few questions before you go in to the surgical room. My mom was waiting for me because, of course, you're under anesthesia and you can't do anything. And I was put under fairly quickly. I woke up and I couldn't stop coughing, which was fine. They said it was totally okay. I started freaking out right when I started coughing because I thought it would somehow pop the scabs, or I don't know, but that's not a thing. So the first 4 days wasn't that bad, mainly because I was sleeping and I was on painkillers. The 5th day was absolute torture because I knew something was wrong with my mouth. So I went in to see the doctor early because I had something scheduled for next week, but I said I just couldn't do it, something's wrong. And it turns out I had an infection. She gave me antifungal mouthwash. That didn't work, so I went in to my regular doctor to get medicine, and that went away after a few days. And then by the 7th day, the pain subsided. The 2nd week, I felt okay, but I was really tired. And then by the 3rd week, I had some scabs left, but they fell off pretty quickly, and I went back to work. But by week 4, all of my scabs were gone. What I did actually to alleviate pain after my tonsillectomy is not what they recommend. They recommend cold everything. For the first 4 days, I iced my neck and I forced myself to drink cold water, which definitely do that, but it hurt. Day 5, I had swollen lymph nodes, mainly right here, because the right side really hurt. I didn't even feel anything on the left side. But the right side of my throat and my neck was a 50 out of 10 on the pain scale. And one of my mom's friends who's a nurse noticed that the lymph nodes were really swollen, so she said you should put heat packs on that lymph node. By 9 p.m. or so on the 5th day, I was doing that, and from then onward, it was heating my throat to ease the pain of the lymph nodes, but also my muscles were really tense. I did a lot of hot stuff by the night of day 5. It was soup, hot noodles. For some reason, heat felt way better than cold. Cold made it worse. But I still drank cold water because you still do need to have cold to minimize the swelling. So don't completely cut out cold. I know a lot of people say that they couldn't even eat, so they lost like 20 pounds. I lost 5 pounds. I don't know what people were doing. It was probably that, they didn't have a good reaction, which does happen, but it could also be that you weren't listening to the doctor. And you have to listen to the doctor exactly. Other than the fact that by the night of day 5, I switched to hot things instead of staying with cold things for the 2 weeks. I listened to the doctor and her instructions to a T, mainly because I was terrified of either bleeding out or getting another infection or whatever it was. I didn't want anything to do with that. So I listened to her and the instructions exactly, and I didn't have any problems other than that infection, but that was mainly because of the antibiotics that they gave me, and I don't do very well with antibiotics. You really should not take anything other than what they prescribe you until it runs out, and then switch to Tylenol. That's all you should be taking. There are some people that I saw on Reddit that said they took a bunch of other medicine, and no, don't do that. It is strictly the medicine that your doctor gave you, and then when you run out of that, you take Tylenol. That's it. There was also people that were not drinking water because it hurt. I drank 1 smart water or vitamin water per day, and then I had 4 water bottles per day. So I had a total of 5 bottles that I drank throughout the whole day. And I would wake up and I would even take a sip and then fall back asleep. Woke up, try to finish half a water bottle, go back to sleep. Water is seriously important. You need to have water beside you after a tonsillectomy, no matter what. And you need to be drinking at least 4 bottles a day for those 2 weeks of recovery. I also suggest the smart water, vitamin water, whatever those types of specialty waters that has electrolytes and all that stuff. Please drink that as well, because you aren't going to be eating a lot. You're going to eat some things, but you're not eating a full meal. I would be extremely surprised if you did. So you're not going to have enough nutrients in your system, and that can definitely hinder your recovery time. And then also get a lot of sleep. For some reason, I saw 1 or 2 people that said that they went out on day 3 and then they got sick. Eating is also really important, but I know that it's going to hurt. It's just gonna hurt. Everything's going to hurt. You're gonna swallow and it's gonna hurt. You're going to breathe and it's going to hurt. You're going to eat, you're going to drink. You can just be sitting there and your throat's gonna hurt. Honestly. I'm not gonna lie. It hurts for the first week. Then it gets better by the 2nd week, and by the 3rd week, unless you've had a serious problem, which is very rare, you're going to be okay. You're going to feel the scabs coming off, which is really disgusting. Your throat's not going to hurt unless the scabs are having difficulty peeling off. The scabs start falling off by day 5, 6, sometimes 7, though that's kind of pushing it. Mine started falling off day 5, and it was disgusting because you're drinking, you're talking, you're breathing, and you can feel the scab kind of peeling off, and then you either swallow it or you spit it out. And I decided I was not going to spit it out. 1, because it hurt to do that, And two, it's disgusting looking. I was brushing my teeth one time, I think maybe day 7, and I spit out, as you do while you're brushing your teeth, and a huge scab that was this big came out of my mouth, and I screamed a little bit because that freaked me out, and I decided I'm just gonna swallow the scabs. I can't. I'd rather feel that than look at it, because it's pretty graphic. I don't have any scabs anymore. I have 2 holes where my tonsils used to be, and now I don't have weird white film always on my tongue. I had that since I was a kid. I could never get it off. No matter what I did, no matter what the dentist did, no matter what the doctor did, that film was always there. Now it's not. So happy about that. I don't have deathly bad breath. Hallelujah. I don't have tonsil stones anymore, of course. My throat doesn't hurt anymore. I am not getting sick. And my allergy issues have actually gone down. I still have some allergies, but I'm not dying from allergies, which is a big deal because it used to be during the fall, I would be in a constant state of feeling like I had the flu because of how bad the allergies were because of my tonsils. It doesn't hurt to speak at the end of the day, whereas it used to with my tonsils. I definitely would recommend tonsillectomy. Go first to a doctor if that is what your insurance asks you to do, to go to your primary care physician and then they recommend you. But if you don't have that type of insurance and you can go straight to an ENT doctor, I would highly suggest doing that, because this is so much better. even though I had the first week was the worst pain I've felt in a very long time. Wisdom teeth were pretty bad, but this was really bad. That was number 1. Tonsillectomy was a number 1, wisdom teeth number 2 on the pain scale. Even though that happened, I'm so thankful I got my tonsils removed, and that pain for me was 100% worth it. It felt like you were dying for the first week, but after the first week, it really does get better. I was told that it's kind of not so much pain, then it spikes up, and then it goes back down eventually. That's exactly what happened. I hope that you have decided, if you have tonsil problems, to go see your doctor or go straight to an ENT. And I hope that this helped a little bit about how to deal and heal when you've had your tonsillectomy and you're going through the painful first week and the kind of bad but not totally bad compared to the first week, second week. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, please like, comment, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts. I really want to know who else has had a tonsillectomy after the age of 18, because I've only met one other person that had it and she was 24. And if you want to get to know me or any of my writing, all of my social media links and writing is in the description box below. Thank you so much and have a great non-tonsil problem day. Bye!